What's going on, everybody? This is episode 2 of Creased. My name's Trey. This is Casita. Back to give you some more sneaker updates, show you some more topics in the sneaker world. What's poppin', Casita?
What's poppin', world? It's Casita back in it again. Mr. Bottober, Mr. No Backdoor, Tinker Blackfield in full effect. Here to give y'all round 2 of the Creased podcast. Of course, welcome back. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the first episode. If you did so much, please remember to subscribe, like, and comment on all your favorite parts, and subscribe to our YouTube channel and all of our social media platforms.
Yeah, we're on Spotify everywhere now. You can find us everywhere now.
Yeah, we're on Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere that you can stream podcasts.
Go get it.
Yeah, go get it, man. Let's jump right into it, Trey. Let's start off with the picks of the day. What you got going on today?
All right, my man. So for episode 2, I'll pull out some Cobes. Got some Cobes. Got a few pair of Cobes in the collection. For this week, we're gonna pull out the Drill Sergeants. So let's see. These came out in 2015, $200. I got these over the summer, right when they came out. Then August 2015. Yep. So they got a dark teal on the outside. You got the light teal on the inside, which I think is super dope. They're primarily black, which I love. I walk them with my Jordan shorts all the time. And then you got the atomic orange detailing over the swoosh and everything, which is super dope. My other favorite part about these, if you look real close, you got the translucent overlay right over the sole. So it's a black sole with orange speckle, but you also get the translucent overlay, which looks super dope on the heel and throughout the midsole here. So these are one of my favorite shoes. These are dubbed the Drill Sergeants. Kobe, he's one of his monikers. He's pretty tight dude on the court to deal with and everything. So I'm gonna put these down real quick. Everybody knows he was real tough to deal with on the court sometimes and everything. So Drill Sergeant moniker it fit him well. We kind of seen the different side of Kobe since then, but I think the Drill Sergeant moniker for that shoe, a theme that he likes, I think it was a super dope idea. For
sure. I mean, aside from being a black Mamba, he was an absolute menace on the court. So
right, Major Payne.
Attention. Getting by Kobe on that, man. Man, that's a great pair. I think
appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Kobe 10s are definitely one of my favorite Kobe's for sure. I'm gonna check out a couple pairs. What I got today?
I need to see it.
Oh man, what I got today? Today I'm busting out the Pine Green 2.0 Air Jordan 1. I'm gonna just keep the Air Jordan 1 thing going real quick.
Gucci
2.0. So dub the Gucci's with the red tongue tag, and then the black and green upper. Love the white midsole, and then the green outsole. These are pretty fire. I love these. Compared to the 1.0s, I actually prefer the 1.0s. Believe it or not, I did just cop these because of the color blocking scheme. This is probably one of my favorite color blocking schemes. But I like the way that the white panel hits on the 1.0s. I think they're about to drop the Lucky Green Women's later this year in October. Hopefully, they don't have any delays in that release. But definitely the the 2.0 Pine Green, those are my kicks of the day.
Yeah, those are super dope, and I agree with you 100%. I think as much as I primarily love my black shoes as well, the white on the 1.0s is hard to beat, man. That color blocking is top notch, and it's definitely that's a sick shoe you pulled out today, though. For the episode 2, that's hard to beat for sure. You're bringing it already.
Oh man, you got the Kobe's, man. The Kobe's are kind of hard to.
No,
just keep coming out with some old heat, some semi-old heat. Just keep it brewing, man. Keep it brewing.
I feel you. Well, that's our kicks of the day. In episode 2. This is fresh out the box, our second segment. We got 4 topics to talk about here. We're going to lead off with our man Sean Wotherspoon. He's got some new stuff coming out this year. I think the big news is he's coming out with Adidas, right? And there's some news. There's an interview that popped up from 2017. He did with Don Drew, a sneaker aficionado, a guy in the game. They kind of broke down his feelings about Adidas, kind of some stuff when he was still working with Nike primarily prior to the 97 coming out, his big showing. So we're gonna play a little bit of the interview right here. Here we go.
Dude's buying 100.
Adidas wave?
No, I hate it. just don't fuck with Adidas at all. It's not my thing. I have absolutely no history with them, like no nostalgic feeling for Adidas. I don't
So
know.
you're all Nike, everything, brand loyal.
Yeah, I'm Nike all day. Whether Nike, and I told Nike in a meeting. We were actually in a meeting a couple of days ago. I told them, I'm like, you guys could take a shit in my mouth. You could lay me down and shit in my mouth, and I would still wear your fucking sneakers. I just like Nike. You know, I just like it. I like the aesthetic of it. It's cool.
So that's your man, Sean Wotherspoon. What you think about that, my man? Is anybody laying you down?
Nobody. I'm all for brand loyalty, but
What?
you ain't never gonna lay me down, and nah, you can't ever even
No,
no.
definitely can't. Nowhere.
Don't put your hands on my shoes, and then don't put your hands on me. Those are fighting words right there. Man, it's a lot to. That's a lot to obtain right there. I was gonna say a lot to swallow, but he's.
So that's 2017. So that's before the Nike even dropped, right? So he had already won, right?
So this interview is resurfacing from 2017. This is prior to his drop with Nike. This is actually the voting year. This is the year prior, and then 2018 for Air Max Day is when the shoe dropped. Yeah, so
big heat.
Oh yeah, and it was like the biggest shoe, I guess within like the past 10 years. Honestly,
I mean, yeah, him and Travis last year they were neck and neck. They were running right next to each other.
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. He took Travis for a run for his money.
2018, yeah. Oh man, that shoe was hot. That shoe was as hot as it gets.
Absolutely. Now let's fast forward to today. He's dropping teaser pictures with his collaboration with Adidas. You got the Super Earth, which is an Adidas superstar shell toe that has his signature enigmas, and the cool thing about the shoe, I guess you could say, is it is 100% plant based. The insole is a cork made out of recycled material. So it does have its quirks to it, but I think he bit off a little bit more than he could chew with that.
It's like the perfect Earth Day shoe.
Yeah, absolutely. You rock that with your Earth Day Air Force Ones as well, because
There you go.
He's a Team Nike, so to say, all day, every day.
Man, that's crazy. He's switching sides like that, man. I can't. Oof.
Well,
it's hard to comprehend.
Let's say it again.
It's hard to comprehend how he's able to switch sides like that and to keep a rep in the game, man. He's got some major staying power right now.
Oh yeah, man. He's a big mastermind right now. A lot of people look forward to his next collaborations. Speaking of which, he has an ASIC coming out.
Got the ASIC July coming out to July 3, I believe, coming out as well.
Yeah. It's the one that has the 8 customizable panels that you can switch on there. Get a colorway for every day of the week and an extra one.
So the shoe is like 12 colors already, and then you get 8 more. It's literally like Sonic with the drink combinations. You can literally have any combination you want depending on what fit you're wearing that day.
What more can a sneakerhead ask for?
Fair, I guess. But I was looking at the 97s, and you see the layering with all the colors, and then you look at the gel light, and you're like, it looks like they gave him the freedom to do what he wanted to do on both of those. And with Adidas, it looked like they were like, here's a theme. Can you do this theme on our shoe?
Yep.
Right?
I could definitely see that. Absolutely. Because he definitely hits the corduroy with ASICS and with Nike. And I think corduroy, like colored corduroy, is his thing. So when Adidas came around, they're like, hey, you want to do something for Earth Day? And he's like, yeah, I could take that. Noted that he's also a vegan himself, so I think making it a 100% plant-based thing was probably good for his character, good for his image. But I'm looking forward more to the ASIC than the Adidas. If I had to rank them, of course the Nike would be one, then the ASIC, then the Adidas. So
it's tight for me,
I don't know.
I won't lie to you. I know we talked about this earlier. I was probably the Adidas second, but the more I looked at them, man, I don't think the Adidas are for me. I think they're a little too basic for me. You know, they got the flower print and everything on them, but they're primarily white, and I would just destroy them. So I think my ranking is the same as yours at this point.
Yeah, man. He he could have hit the ball better. I think Adidas has done better collaborations when it comes to a environmentally friendly type of shoe. You know, when they did the parlay
Right,
boost,
right.
I think that was a better collaboration. Um, you know, saving the ocean water. But this one,
Parlay stuff is sick. All the parlay gear, whether it's jerseys, shoes, I mean, anything they've come out with has been really awesome.
absolutely, yeah. I 100% agree with that. But yeah, they need to go back to the drawing board with that. I mean, it's cool to
Right.
it's cool to want to touch on like a super iconic shoe, like the superstar. But you should
Right.
that.
Right. Why couldn't you just hit a superstar and just layer it with a bunch of colors and be like, "Here's our Sean," and that thing was so loud, bro.
Look, man, they should just leave the superstar alone at this point. You know, they
Yeah,
had Jam Master Jay touch it. They had Bape touch it. You know,
right.
just
It's
dead.
just a classic silhouette. It's one to be left alone at this point. I feel you.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, let's wrap that up. Let's get on to something else. We will stick with the swoosh though. Let's see. Nike has two collabs that we've seen recently come out. Let's jump into the Ben and Jerry's first. What you think about Ben and Jerry's Chunky Dunk?
Yeah, man. I'm a big fan of this Ben and Jerry's Chunky Dunk. I think it's definitely going to take the summer over for sure.
Yep.
Cool pony hair accents. I think it's nice that they're appealing or they're trying to mimic the packaging of an actual pint of ice.
Right.
Yeah, so
Right.
they got the pasture looking thing on the panels. They got the tie dye insole. So I think it's gonna look like a super cop this year. I love
Super
Nike.
cop. Super cop.
Yeah,
Yes,
oh, yeah.
sir. Yes. The
Front
tie dye, the inner lining, and the insole, bro. Yes, you hit that out the park. So that the melting swoosh.
melting swoosh of
That
the
that's
year.
the and you get three different laces, so you can add the forest green laces or the yellow laces in there, and you can just stunt extra hard. So yeah, no, those are super dope. And you're right; those are probably the top drop of if not the entire year, for sure, the summer.
I mean, once the images started surfacing on the internet, people have been going crazy. People have been going crazy for SBs in the past couple of years.
Right.
They did the ray guns last year, and then Travis dropped his earlier
I would
this
say
year.
even Travis. Yep.
Yeah, so people have just been new SB collectors. I know there's some old heads out there that have
Mhm.
all the ones from years past. So,
Yep.
man, what
I
other
mean,
ones coming out? It's the 7-Eleven, huh?
7-Eleven, yes, sir. Yeah. So everybody's favorite corner store is getting a kick. It's getting also a SB Dunk Low. It's got the iconic three colors on it: orange, red, and green. Super dope. This one I don't think will be as coveted as the Ben and Jerry's. It's a little more plain. And then also you get to the branding and you're like, 7-Eleven or Ben and Jerry's. Then you look at the shoe, and I think everybody's just going to lean a little bit more towards the wild, crazy stuff right now compared to the three colorway. I will say though, they put a gum sole on it, and never a bad idea.
Yeah, no, definitely not ever a bad idea with the gum sole. I do like the branding on it, honestly. Like whenever they hit,
Really?
the heel. Whenever you hit the heel with the signature logos or the signature branding, that makes for just like more collectible type of item. It
Yeah.
reminds me of like the Heinekens, how they just have like the small little star emblem on the heel on the back. So having the 7-Eleven branding on the back, and then I think the aglets are a super big part about it. They have the striping on there. On the aglets, they have the orange stripe, white stripe, and green stripe. Very it's very nostalgic.
Yeah, another one you get three pairs of laces, so you can throw in the green, the orange with the white. I mean, they're not too customizable. Like I said, for me, it's kind of a basic colorway, and I do completely feel you on the branding. It is cool to get like branding. Like I think the one I always come back to is like the fragment on the Jordan 1. Like that thing just looks so dope to me.
Mhm.
But for me, this is 7-Eleven, and it's just kind of like, golly, I think they could have put like a Slurpee cup on there with like the 7-Eleven logo, and I think that would have hit a little bit harder.
But they already have the big gulps, the highs from '07.
Exactly. Right. And that's a little bit of inspiration for these. You got a little corner store theme going. So they're pretty sweet, but not something I'd go out of my way for sure.
I think what would seal the deal for this shoe would be the release method. If you have to go to a
Yeah.
local 7-Eleven to go cop them.
Oh, right.
Or you have to buy a Slurpee in order to cop them. You have to buy a Slurpee. Or drink a Slurpee out of the brand new DS shoe.
Oh, my God.
If they drop it on 7-Eleven this year, every 7-Eleven they give out free Slurpees at 7-Eleven.
That's exactly what they're going to do. There's no release date yet. So I think you just unveiled their secret there on live here on Creased episode 2.
It was me. Remember, you heard it here first.
You wrong for that?
You heard it here first, guys.
Oh, man. That was good.
What we got up next, Trey?
Up next, yeah. So jump into a little NBA action. Jordan Brand. They gave the International Sun his first shoe. So as part of the pregame pack, Luka Doncic was gifted the Air Jordan 1 mid. So he was given a mid shoe. It's primarily white. It's got green and purple inverted on each shoe. So the sole, let me see, the sole and I think the swoosh are switched on each shoe.
That's right.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty awesome. It's got his breathe and center and breathe motto on the back of each shoe. So they're super cool. I think the question here is, you think this man Luka Doncic deserved his own Jordan Brand shoe?
I mean, ain't nothing wrong with getting a PE. If I sign with JB, I definitely want my own PE. So
yeah.
Now what hurts my soul is that I can't imagine, signing with JB. Hey, we made you a pair of shoes, and then you open it, and it's a mid. So
I know. I would just like close them my bag. Be like, oh, are you sure these are mine?
I was like, oh, thanks, man.
It's the thought that counts.
It's like getting socks for Christmas.
Exactly.
So, or getting that ugly sweater that your aunt or your grandmother made you, and you got to put it on so you don't look like a.
Yep. And best believe he is rocking them right now, and he'll be rocking them up until whenever for sure.
One place he's not rocking it is on the court.
Yeah, no, for sure. I guess I should have said he's just rocking them in his apartment right now, probably just on his couch.
Oh, yeah, on his quarantine vibes. But it's not to say that, well, let's finish up with the pregame pack. On top of Luka getting his mid, De'Aaron Fox and Brittany Griner, both Houston, you know what I'm saying? Both
natives.
Both Houston representatives and natives. They collaborated on a Air Force One, and Ben Simmons of the Philadelphia 76ers got a Blazer mid 77. Both of which are highly coveted new age shoes, or they're actually nostalgic shoes that are coming back into emergence right now. So a lot of people are liking those. So I think it's cool that Nike's giving these people an opportunity. Well, these rising stars, excuse me, they're not just people. These rising stars, an opportunity to collaborate with them, even though they're not getting their own signature shoes. I think it's cool that Nike is giving them an outlet to express themselves on athletic wear.
Yeah, and these do feel more like a more of a custom feel to them. Like especially the Ben Simmons ones, you look at those and you're like, do these comes with patches or anything like that? Like it's a very unique look for some of these. I know like the Griner and De'Aaron Fox Fair, if I'm not mistaken, is like based on the audio, like music that they listen to and stuff. So like the swoosh is like audio and all that. So I think they got pretty creative with this pack. I think it was a great idea. Is Zion missing from this pack? Is John Moran? Are we missing somebody else from this pack? Like who's MIA here?
There's no telling. I mean, they took care of Zion earlier in the year, but then again, he didn't play more than half of the season. So, but he did get his PE. He got his 34 PE, the Bayou Boys.
Bayou Boys, yes, sir.
And then I think the person who may be missing out the mix would be Jason Tatum.
Ooh, that's a good one. Yep, young Tatum.
Yeah,
The
man.
guy's nasty, bro. He's a future and he's a superstar in the making right now, for
Oh,
sure.
yeah, man. Boston need to fork up all the money for that boy right there.
For sure,
Yeah,
for sure. And I think like Doncic getting one too. On top of that Zion point of him not playing, I think Doncic being such a worldwide, he's got the international fan base on lock. He's been playing over there since he's like 16 for pros. So I think, I think he's got that on lock, and that international fan base as a young player. I mean, that just boosts him even higher.
yeah, he's a young phenom, man. He's a force to be reckoned with for sure.
Yep. All
Definitely.
right. So we'll jump into our last topic here on Fresh Out the Box. So I know we got to him last week. We're going to jump into it one more time. Mr. Travis Scott.
My God.
I'm hearing we might get a release date on these 270s. Is that right? Are we ever going to see these things? I know I've been seeing pictures for like a year, I feel like.
Oh yeah, it feels like forever now. But Travis
Right?
Scott, rumored to have got the Air Max 270 Reacts dropping on May 1st, but just recently updated to May 29th. Travis just celebrated, I believe, his 29th birthday on April 30th, and it was rumored that it was going to be a shock drop. Just to come find out that couple days later, the release date got moved to the end of this month.
I was ready.
Yeah, man.
I was ready during Fortnite, his damn birthday.
Oh man, just
Are you
refresh.
gonna do it or not?
Just on Twitter, every 2 minutes, just hitting that refresh button, just waiting for that shot to drop.
Tripping.
Yeah. So is this you think this is a shoe you look forward to?
So I'm gonna be completely honest with you. For most of these Travis's, man, it's been a no-brainer for me. The fours are my favorite, and then all the sixes, the ones. I mean, they're all super, super dope. I mean, some of my favorite collabs probably ever, to be honest, considering we're from Houston and everything. The dunks, when the dunks came out, when the dunk lows came out, I was skeptical at first. I was like, this is a wild shoe. Like, he's really going off the rails here. And then it started growing on me. I'm not gonna lie, it started growing on me, and I was like, oh man, these dunks with the plaid, and then you get the yarn laces, and I was like, these are kind of sick. I'm gonna be honest right now, bro. These are like a 0 for me.
Ooh.
These are like complete 0 for me, bro. I don't even. I'm looking at it right now. I don't even know what he's doing here, bro. Like, I know he's going wild. I saw all those guys at Astro World Fest, and their shoes were all like destroyed right at the end.
Oh yeah.
That's why I'd wear these.
Oh wow, that's where you. I would have thought.
That's about all I can do with them, bro. Have you seen these?
Oh yeah, I've taken a couple looks at them. You know me, I like the funky stuff, man. I try to step out the box every single time that I cop a pair. Nothing is. I don't discriminate on any.
That's fair. That's fair.
I try to put my foot in everything. So, do I like them?
Yeah.
Nah, actually, I kind of agree with you. I'm not gonna go out of my way to try to cop these.
Right. No, these are for flip.
Man, not even flip. It would be a collectible item, just to pile on the rest of the Travis stuff. That if you already have the rest of the Travis collection, why not add these? So you rank these amongst one of the worst of the Travis. Let's do a comparison. This versus the Cactus Jack 33 that dropped last year.
Oh, the 33 for sure.
Yeah.
I prefer the 33.
Really?
Yes. And those were not pretty either.
Okay. I'm gonna take the 270 for the 33.
Okay, Sharpie to these soles. Like, I'm not doing it, bro. It's got fur on the side. I'm just not doing it. It's just not personally for me.
Would you prefer Stormy Spare with the backward swoosh and rim size? Would that help you pick it better?
No.
Wow.
No, bro. It's just not for me. I mean, it's 170 right now, and I think that's React size going, but I mean, it's just nah, bro. I can't do it. I'm not even gonna front with you. I was gonna sit here. I mean, I'll tell you right now that my point I was making with the dunks is that I did not like them at first. They grew on me. I liked them by the time they were coming out. I thought they were a cool shoe, and it wasn't because of the hype and all that. I actually thought that the the cloth and everything actually did look tight after a while. It just grew on me.
This can't grow on you.
Sorry, dog. There's no growing with this.
Stunt growth. Stunt growth at
Man.
first sight.
They look like they got mold on them.
Oh wow, damn! There's a disrespect.
I'm just playing,
Now, Travis,
dog.
if you're watching this, you can send me my pair personally. Hit my DMs. I'll send you my.
I'm salty because I still didn't get the horse.
Hey, look, man, they're probably still out there. I don't know.
They're out there. They're out there for sure.
I don't know about for retail, but you know.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, that's gonna wrap up Fresh Out the Box here. All right, we are back at it.
Whew.
Segment number 3, episode 2, Creased.
2.
Again, don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe on all your social media.
Yes, sir.
YouTube and whatnot.
Spotify, Apple Music, we're on there.
Boom. Boom. All right, so we're going to get to order confirmed. These are some of our recent drops and stuff that's come out in the last week or so. First thing we're going to get to, the ultra popular Air Jordan 5 Fire Red. What are your thoughts, Casita?
Oh, man, what a classic, absolute classic. I believe it's one of these first 5 pairs of Air Jordan 5s that I collected. They are just a highly coveted classic colorway. You can never go wrong with it. Yeah, man, 3M tongue. The only downside about buying a pair of 5s is how heavy they are.
Right.
Yeah, but they did do a shock drop on the original airing of The Last Dance, and of course, you have seen him throughout the first few episodes, and continue on as the show goes on.
MJ just wetting on people in these 35-pound Jordan 5s.
Easy money, I'm sure. If he took them off,
winning shit.
Just unfortunately, he didn't win a ring in those.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. When did they drop? They dropped on this past weekend, May
the 2nd, I believe. May 2nd. Yep.
2nd for $200 on Sneakers app.
Yeah, we had OG branding. So, in 2013, we just had our swoosh. This time around, we get Nike Air on the back, so a little bit more OG with it.
Oh, yeah, 13's had the Jumpman on the back.
Jumpman, sorry, not swoosh. Jumpman.
Jumpman on the back or nothing at all? I think it was Jumpman.
Oh, Jumpman, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Did you cop?
This time around?
Mm-hmm.
I did not. No, I let these sit. I had some other things on my list that I was prioritized over these, but these are amazing. You and me have been rocking these shoes forever. I remember the first time we went to Las Vegas, we stomped through the airport, both wearing a brand new Jordan 5 Fire Red. So that was a super sick 21st birthday.
Oh yeah, for sure. I do remember. No, I don't remember. But anyway, as you're telling the story, it sounds like a great time.
But I wasn't there.
Behind the glasses, I wasn't there. No, I did not tell it. I also chose to pass on this pair this time around. My 2013 is still crispy in my
saucy, bro.
Yeah,
saucy for sure.
Kind of wish my outsole was still translucent, but that's the price you pay when you wear your shoes. So I just ride with it. It was a great shoe though.
Yeah.
I will take gifts. So, if you were watching and you're making it this far in this episode, I wear a size.
Birthday coming up, huh? Someone got birthday coming up?
Somebody got a birthday coming up, and I wear a size 12, so never forget that, guys.
Oh, man. That's a good point to bring up. We both wear a size 12. So anything y'all got to send this way, size 12. One of us can wear it.
I'd love to do a review over your favorite shoes. So,
yeah, man. Man, we got you. All right, so Fire Red 5s are dope. We'll move on. Nike Air Max 95, de lo mío. Close friend in Espanol.
Mi corazón. Let me stop flexing like I know Spanish.
Yeah, no, you're doing it, bro.
And the de lo míos are the Dominican heritage tribute from Nike.
Yep.
They drop one once a year. They take the Dominican pride of New York, and they incorporate it into a hot silhouette for Nike. This year is 95. Come with a nice white cream upper with a gray striping or fox. I think they do have hits of the Dominican flag embroidered around the shoe as well. They dropped for how much? What was it? 180 standard 95 price.
Either 180, sir. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, they usually drop it on the sneakers app. I might have to fact check that
Yeah.
later.
No, these are awesome. Yeah, these are. I think the neon eyelets are super dope. They're holding the laces. Those are something that reminds me of a different pair. There was a Halloween pair of 95s that dropped a few years back. They had the neon eyelets on the laces, like almost the exact same spot. These have gray lines right through the middle of them, which kind of coincide with the gray stripe that goes right down the side of the 95. But as you mentioned, the Republicana Dominicana, whatever it is on the back. Oh man, shout out to them.
Put some respect on my Dominican brothers and sisters out there.
Well, no, I don't want to butcher it any more than I already have. So yeah, no, they got their own shoes. So shout out to them, bro, because that stuff is dope. The back of those is super sweet. I wish Texas had a pair of those. Not even America. I wish Texas had a pair of those.
Texas would be excited, but they did drop the 95s, the Houston 95s.
You're right. No, those are super awesome. The two pairs, both pairs are super awesome.
Astros and then the chopped and screwed version as well. Anyway, back to the Delomios.
Right.
I did not cop these on the event that I don't really like this pair of the Delomios this year. I think the Air Force Ones hit better last year. I'm a Air Force One aficionado. I do love Air Force Ones. So, yeah, it was an easy pass for me. But shout out to my Dominican brothers and sisters. If y'all see me in the streets, holla at your boy. So, my Lord. What about you?
All right. I absolutely skipped on these as well. They're pretty cool. Again, they're primarily white on the toe box and everything, so I would scuff these things up in a heartbeat. Again, like you said, cool for the tradition and everything. And if I was Dominican, I would have 18 pairs of these, so that's super dope. But those dropped on the first. One other shoe that dropped on the first that we're going to talk about here is the Jordan 1 women's low multi-snake skin. So this is a super sweet summer shoe, huh?
Yeah, nice. I can see a lot of ladies rocking this in the summer. The all black upper with the iridescent snakeskin.
Pool party's about to be popping if we ever get outside.
And if we ever get outside and I see somebody in these, I'm gonna just try to holla at them.
We're gonna tell them to follow Creased is what we're gonna do.
Yeah, you should follow Creased podcast. Listen to episode 2. We went into some great detail about.
Hey.
We actually
no. What'd you say?
So we actually mentioned you by name. So
shout out. Yeah. But no, I love the black body on these shoes. So you obviously get the multi-snake skin all around the shoe, covering up a bunch of panels. But the toe box panel and the main panel on the side, along with the swoosh, are all black leather. Looks super soft. Looks super awesome. It's a gold outline on the swoosh, which personally is near and dear to my heart. So I think that looks super awesome, as well as the logos on the tongue. Multi-snakeskin. Could you rock this in a men's? Any shoe?
No. I'm not a big snakeskin guy, man.
Yeah.
I just can't do it, man. I'm not a big reptile guy, I guess. I mean, Crocs. No. Crocodile skin's always nice.
Okay.
Stingray is a great look. I like Stingray. We're gonna talk about animal prints or just give me a safari pack, animal pack, something like that.
There you go. Animal pack is about as good as it gets for sure. And I think if snakeskin was gonna work, I feel like this was gonna be the shoe it could have worked on, because it's primarily black body. I think it looked mean, but at the end of the day, it is a low, and I think it is just a women's shoe only.
Yeah, so easy pass for me because they do not make my size. And
fair, period. That's it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, all right. So that's going to end order confirmed. That's everything that's dropped in the last few weeks, everything that's notable.
We are here to do the tracking order, which is the upcoming drops of the week. Starting off first, we got the Royal Toe Air Jordan 1 High OG. They're set to drop on May 9th, but they did do a shock drop on April 28th. The cost is going to be $170. It's going to drop on Sneakers app. Trey, what you think about that?
Yeah. No, bro, these are awesome. This is definitely a colorway that I would like to have in my collection here. I did not do the early shock drop. I don't know if I just didn't have access, wasn't around, was not ready for it, none like that. So for 170, these are regular Jordan price. So this is probably something I'll eventually do. The thing with these, so we had the Court Purples recently, a couple weekends back, and we've seen these over and over. If you're on Twitter or on any sneaker thing at all, you've seen that the Court Purples have come back over and over and over again. Anybody that wanted them got their chance to buy them. You mentioned this recently off camera that since everybody's locked inside, nobody can go to the stores. They have such an excess of all these shoes that they made, that they plan for, right? That they make all this inventory, and now since nobody can go to the stores, they have this all just sitting. So they're able to backstock and restock and restock and restock and restock, and everybody's going to be able to get a pair now. Malls and stuff are starting to open, so who knows if that changes up in the near future? I don't think it is going to, especially not for a pair like this. But yeah, this is something I plan to have in my collection at some point, whether it's down the road or whatever. How about you?
Yeah, very nice shoe. Not my preferred color blocking scheme.
Right.
I think it's too much black on the heel and on the ankle collar. Would have preferred more royal, believe it or not. And I think that the royal that they used on this is different from the royal on the actual Royal Air Jordan 1s with the OG color blocking.
Yeah.
A much
Darker?
Let's say it again.
Is it darker?
Yeah, I think it's a tad bit darker, actually.
A bit darker too. It might be the extra black, but I think you're right.
Yeah. This color blocking compared to like the Pine Green 1.0s or the Bread Toes is kind of unmatched. And in favor of the Pine Greens and the Bread Toes. So luckily I was able to get exclusive access via the Sneakers app for the shoe. They cop for a friend, so I didn't cop for myself, but I may try on May 9th again just to add them into the collection. See how that goes. I think it will be an easy snag. And I do believe there may be a restock in these in the future, so I'm looking forward to that as well. If I don't cop on the 9th, I'm not going to lose sleep over it.
No way.
Usually only try once or twice. I try 3 times if it's a shoe I really need. But, once you get that error message on sneakers, it's like, okay.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. Yeah, it's like, all right, let me just put my phone down. It wasn't meant to be. All right, man. Let's move forward. The next shoe that we got is going to be the Yeezy 350 version 2, the flax colorway. It is big flax, all flax around here, triple flax colorway.
Giving no
flax. You know what I'm saying? So it is a Asia Pacific exclusive. So to all you people out there that have Asia Pacific plugs, go ahead and send me those servers and those proxies.
Man, we're not getting them.
Yeah.
Not getting them off the bat. No, sir. And that shipping charge is not going to be nice.
Oh, man, I'm not worried about it. As long as the shoe's
not nice.
DHL, knock on my door, boom, boom, boom. Hey, man, I got your package. Appreciate you. So,
yeah,
they're going to drop for $220. Believe it or not, this is a restock of a February drop where they also released exclusively in the Asia Pacific region as well as
Europe.
Yeah, it was Europe.
Europe.
Yeah, it was Europe. It was also Asia Pacific, Middle East, and Africa. So basically
everywhere but us, Antarctica, and like Australia.
Yeah, and I think that's because we got the Earth colorway, but
could be Earth colorway was fire, but he's pretty tight.
I could be wrong. It's part of those 3 colorways that had like regional lock exclusive. Mm-hmm. So if you could cop, would you cop?
If I could cop, yeah. I mean, these kind of give me, like, to be honest with you, these kind of give me butter feels. So it's a little bit darker, I think, than the butter, but the sole and the little stripe down the side, I think they for sure kind of give me butter feels. So this is something that I'm itching to get in my collection. It's triple flax, so it's all flax. So I mean, these would look really good with like probably like all black Adidas joggers or something like that. But this is not something I'm going out of my way. I would destroy these shoes. These would have marks on them in 30 minutes.
What's up with you always destroying your shoes, man? Just put on some
Oh, come on, bro.
put on some crep
No,
protect.
no, no. We wear our shoes around here.
Yeah, man, but throw some crep protect on there, man. Why you gotta be
No, we take care of them. We take care of them. Don't worry about that.
rejuvenator, bro? So spray some rejuvenator on there or something. Make sure
Yeah,
they
for
last.
sure. Rejuvenator, don't watch out for curbs and getting out of my car and stuff, though.
You got a point there. Uh,
What about you? What about you? You like these? Something you want your?
I do like them actually. I think it's
Yeah.
a great neutral color. Like you said, it does give you some great butter feels on there with the darker colorway. When I think of flax, I do think of like the Air Force One flax, the mid,
Mhm.
the whole collection of Air Force One flax,
Oh,
as well as
yeah.
X One flax, uh, which is actually even a darker brownish color, more of a wheat if you think about it. But I
Right.
do think that this is a great springtime shoe, and it can also translate over well into the fall time. So,
Yeah.
um, like I said, pair great with like a great monotone. Like if you're wearing all white, and then the pop of flax at the bottom, it
Super
makes
clean.
it make a great outfit killer. So, um, yeah, man. If I could
Oh,
cop, I would definitely cop. And last but not least, to round out
got
the
what
track,
we got?
we got the oatmeal Reebok question lows.
Okay, little Reebok action.
Yeah, man. This is the first time that this shoe has released in 21 years, which means back in 1999 these were originally released.
These
Being
things have a whole
resurrected.
drink at this point.
Oh yeah, man. If you got these in baby sizes, they are not babies anymore.
Good point.
They come with a blue translucent sole, primarily white upper, and they have the oatmeal toe on there. Trey, you copping?
That oatmeal toe is nasty, man. That oatmeal toe is nasty. So I think on the last episode we talked about the respect my shines, the wipeaways. They're all black. They wiped away gold. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, this is like you get the gold already on the toe, so it's hard to beat for sure. It's oatmeal and it's cloth. I get it. It's different. It's not gold. I understand, but I do think it's a super clean look on them. You're 100% right on the blue translucent sole. That thing, it kind of looks out of place. It looks like they just were searching for something to throw on the bottom of it to pop. Um, if they went with something else, I think it would have been a tad bit cleaner. But are these shoes sick? They sure are.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I'm never against a translucent blue sole, uh,
Yeah.
but on this particular colorway, I think a gum bottom would have served it more
Oof.
justice.
Oof.
Yeah, gum bottom with the oatmeal and the all white upper.
Exactly. A light gum bottom is
Yeah,
all right. Those things
especially
are
on the low
so.
top, you don't really see that too often. So that
Oh
would,
yeah. Right.
that would have been a killer. I will want to try to add these to my collection though. I've always been a big AI fan. I think
Mhm.
AI was a revolutionary player. He
Oh
did
yeah.
change the
For sure.
game back in the early 2000s. He brought a new type of swagger to the NBA. The only shoes of AIs I was ever able to cop growing up were a pair of Answer Sevens.
There
So
you go.
hopefully I can get some Reebok question lows and added into my collection.
Mhm.
First time I reached out to the Reebok brand in a very long
Right.
time. So
You're right, for sure. Are these over the respect my shines? Which one do you like more?
mm, mm. Yeah,
Is it close?
out of spite for you with your black and gold,
Who that?
your love of black and gold, I am gonna put bills over this.
Okay, okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. These are super dope, bro. These are super awesome.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah. Hopefully I'm able to cop those. I think they released on Finish Line and all your other local um, footwear.
Yeah, all your Reebok outlets. I believe they were 120.
Yeah,
120. So yeah, a little bit more affordable than some of the other stuff we were discussing. So definitely a great option if you want to go cop some shoes during the quarantine. Spend a little bit of that check you got left.
that stimulus check. Stimulus check translates to all sneakers. So
I feel that. I feel that.
yeah, man. Well, this is gonna actually wrap up tracking order. Be ready for our last segment, which is gonna be and what's our last segment, Trey?
Sitting on the shelf. We sitting on the
There it
shelf.
is, sitting on the shelf. Yeah, that's exactly where my mind was, sitting on the shelf. Okay. All right, we'll be right back. Yes, sir. This is our final segment of episode 2 of Creased podcast. Yes, sir. Episode 2. Echoes in the back. We're about to close it out with sitting on the shelf. Today's big topic is the K54. K54. Yeah, K54. It is the world's biggest streetball tournament hosted by the Jordan brand. Every year since 2002, on the last week of June, the Jordan brand flies out to Paris, France. Yes, sir, Paris, oui. And they do a all-out extravaganza of streetball tournaments. It's a 16-team, 10-man roster, winner take all. They also incorporate a slam dunk contest in there.
3-point contest. You get it all. You get the whole All-Star weekend.
Yeah, basically All-Star weekend during the summer, right after finals. After the NBA finals, what more could you ask for? All the likes show up. Last year they had, of course, they had Spike Lee, Russell Westbrook, Maya Moore, Jason Tatum showed up.
Who was there?
Who's that?
Walker, I believe, was there with them.
Yeah, Kemba Walker was there. The French dancing twins, the Les twins were in attendance as well. It's the all be all streetball tournament. Now, unfortunately, this year Jordan Brand had to cancel due to the COVID-19 outbreak, and it leaves us wanting more, especially with the NBA season getting hit as hard as they did. It looks like we have nothing more of basketball to look forward to.
It's so sad. It's sad for us, as a spectator of the sport. We don't get nothing on TV or nothing. But I think about how cool it is for guys. One of the saddest parts of the COVID situation is people talking about high school seniors that don't get to go back and play sports, Olympians that won't get their chance to go back and play. This is a once in a lifetime event, bro. Like, you get to play on the court, look up, and the Eiffel Tower is right there. Like, I mean, this is a once in a lifetime shot. And if your team qualified, or I'm not sure how qualifications work and all that, but if you lost out on your chance this year, it's extremely disappointing, because this is an event that you and me have known about for a decade, and this is something that's on my list to do one day for sure.
Absolutely, man. Like you said, it's something to look forward to every year. And especially when it comes looking forward to the K54, we also look forward to the shoes that drop with it. So the potential drops that come with it this year were rumored to be an Air Jordan 6. Colorways on there were going to be like a light sail, if I'm not mistaken. Light sail with an orange midsole and a translucent sole, as well as a Air Jordan 1 low with the same colorway, but they added brown tones as well. What you think about that Air Jordan 6? I know you're a big 6 aficionado, Trey, so feel about that 6 that could drop. We there ain't no telling. It might drop. They might do like a little shock drop or something, but with K54 being canceled, you think we'll see the likes of that shoe dropping?
Right. I mean, just like Flaxes, if we do see them drop, bro, they're not dropping in Houston, Texas. So we'll have to get those from far away. If they do come out, I pray they come out. This is a shoe that I've been hyping up big time ever since we've seen these first mock of these Jordan 6s. I think it's a super dope shoe. The tones on all of them, like you were talking about, they all share like the sail and the orangish. They're different variations of the orange, but I think they're subtle. They're like pastel tones. They're real light. They're easy to rock. I think it's definitely a winter shoe. Like no doubt, I feel like they're a fall winter shoe. Not necessarily a summer shoe for me. But they're super awesome. And if I get my chance at all to get anywhere near those sixes, best believe it.
Definitely. Yeah. Not a super big Jordan 6 fan. Um, and the new Air Jordan 1 lows, I'm also not a huge big fan of, but I'll probably take the ones over the sixes this year. You know, if they would come out, yeah, man, them Jordan 6s, man, that toe box is so narrow. I can't really feel it.
Oh, okay. It's a wear situation, but the sixes look better than the ones, bro.
I will say that the sixes do look better than the ones, but if I had to choose a pair to rock, it's gonna be the ones over the sixes. Yeah, definitely. Which makes me bring up, some years past colorways. My
Right.
favorite K54s to drop have been the Air Jordan 3s. I think they dropped in 2018. All black,
Okay.
straight upper. The heel midsole carried some of the more traditional colors of the K54 festival, which I believe is pink, uh, blue, and lime green. And they did
Mhm.
reverse.
Mac.
Yeah, no, it's a very immaculate shoe. And then they had a reverse colorway, not reverse colorway, but reverse colors on the eyelets.
Right.
That way, nice little contrast on there as well as the 13s that dropped in 2015. It was a 13 low, with an all black upper, and it had some nice etching material on the midsole. Definitely, probably one of the top 10 K54 colorways, if not just 13 colorways to drop. In
Oh,
my
for sure. Those are the first ones I remember. I was like, I have got to figure out how to get these shoes. Those 13s. I was like, how do I get these? I don't even know how to get these. These are in Paris.
hmm Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, have you ever had any past favorite K54 colorways?
Oh yeah, I mean my personal favorite are the fives. The friends and family five, the all black with the lime green. I mean, I'm
Killer.
not the first person. I'm not the first person to tell you that those are a premium Jordan sneaker of all time for me. And even the whites. I know we talked earlier about how heavy the fives are, but bro, I wear these. I'll wear these, no doubt,
Oh yeah,
for sure.
nice little pretty penny you pay for those. I think they're like a little over 2K, 5K.
Easy, yeah. But I mean, other than that, I think you knocked it out the park with the 13s. I think those would probably be pretty high on my list. Also, those all black with the little design at the bottom and the gum sole. I mean, that's filthy, bro.
Can't ask for anything better. I think a nice honorable mention would be the fours. Now, though the fours are just a military blue colorway with a K54 tongue tag, it's just that set off of that tongue tag on a military blue four is just like it screams that we might be rocking the same shoes, like might be rocking the same thing,
Right.
but we're not.
Different worlds, I promise.
Yeah, take a look at this. You ain't got these on, I promise.
Anything you hate? Anything that they've ever come out with that you're like, I'm not wearing that.
The Air Jordan 1 mid, that's an easy one.
The obvious. That thing is freaking horrendous.
I mean, I don't even mean to rip on mids like that. It's just that mid was an
No, mid
atrocity.
bro.
Yeah,
They
absolutely.
can all the mids. Now, my personal one that I wish they would have kept was the eights. The eights are not for me. They got the all white pair and the all black pair, and they just have like the PlayStation button looking things all over, like the square and the triangle and circle. And it's just, if I'm not mistaken, it's also a play on their logo and all that from throughout the years and all that. But it is just not. Those are not for me either. So.
I mean, I think it's hard to execute an 8 colorway, outside of the OG colorways.
Yeah. Yeah, you haven't seen too many great 8 colorways drop.
I think the DB8s were probably one of the few where you're like, oh, I gotta get that outside of the OG colorways. But
That was good, and I still didn't feel like people. I mean, obviously they're crazy because they're DBs, but I still didn't feel like a lot of people were like, "Ooh, that's sick! Like that's the best thing ever." You know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is with the Jordan 8.
Yeah, man. The Jordan 8, just keep it OG.
If it ain't Aqua or Bugs Bunny, it's kind of tough.
Just keep it, or playoff 8. But
Playoff 8, right.
Yeah, that's for a different day. That's for a different day. Yeah. I think this is gonna wrap up episode 2 of the Creased podcast with the boy Trey.
Yes, sir.
Me and myself, Casita, aka Mr. No Backdoor, aka Mr. Bottober.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? AKA Tinker Blackfield. If you like what we're doing here, if you like what we're doing here, guys, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe to our YouTube page. Right down below. Ring that bell to get notifications to make sure you know whenever we're dropping a new episode. Also follow us on Spotify and Apple Music so you can listen to us on the go. And this will conclude episode 2. We'll see y'all next week for the next one.
Peace.
And like always, guys, don't forget, ain't no half stepping around here. See y'all in the next episode. Appreciate all the love and support. We'll see y'all next time.